Well, good morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. Here you are, week 8. You're done. So good for you. It always feels wonderful to move through a program and know that you're accomplishing things and that it's going to have a positive impact on your life. So, my final thoughts, I just wanted to remind you that, and you know this, technology, we're in a very innovative period of time with technology, and it's rapidly changing to the point where we don't know we have an idea of what's coming next, but nobody knows for sure what's coming next. There's so many interesting creative minds out there that are creating things that we never imagined would be, and here they are, and it's fantastic. And yesterday I went into a school for a little bit, and one of my alumni students was there, and he's in college right now studying animation, and his former swim coach was talking to him, and his former swim coach said, when I was in high school, we had hand-drawn animation, and I took it, and my student said, oh, I love hand-drawn animation, but it's so hard, but I am working on that in college. And of course he's working on computer animation as well. And so then the swim coach said to him, well, what kind of animation do you want to do when you get out of college? And he's like, oh, I'm studying to do animation for VR, for virtual reality. And I was like, wow, that was the first time, not that I didn't know that people were doing it, but that was the first time that I heard a student, in college say, that that's what they were doing, that they were studying animation to be part of VR and this whole field that's coming up in it. That's going to be interesting to see what happens with it. And so I think with technology, there's a couple things you have to remember. One, if you were new to technology and you were taking this class and you learned some things, that's fantastic. And find a way to not be overwhelmed and to spend some time keeping up with technology, and of course looking at the technology standards, and always looking for the new innovations in technology to see if it's something that can help you. And don't forget to talk about it with colleagues that use technology, because they might give you some interesting things that you didn't think about using before that might really bring something to the classroom and help your students and help you to teach smarter, not harder. And for those of you that do know technology, that took this class, that maybe these things were commonplace to you, or you were like, I've known this forever, just remember to keep an open mind as you're studying technology, because once again, one of the traps that we fall into as educators is we are used to being kind of this all-knowing person and getting into that mindset of just, knowing and not learning. And it's great to know all of these wonderful things, but you want to make sure that you keep an open mind, even if you think you're not going to learn something, even if you're like, okay, well, I know this already. I have always found that no matter who's teaching me, whether it be technology or writing or music or whatever, that I always find something, from that person, or I always find something new or hear something new. So remember to keep an open mind, and also remember, if you're a tech person, to share your expertise with people, and find the people on your campus that you like, who are afraid of technology. I have a person on my campus that's very, very dear to me, and she's afraid to even use a Google document. And it's not because she doesn't want to, it's because she doesn't know enough. She doesn't feel comfortable with it. It makes her feel confused when she doesn't have like cards or writing, in front of her. She's she's just afraid. And so if you can be that comfort to that person as you're teaching them these new things, you're helping them not only in their classroom, and you're helping them in their lives. And on the final note about that, make sure that you help elders too. And I'm not saying that there's not a lot of elderly people out there that are very competent in technology, but there are a lot of people out there that are elderly that are not, and are being taken advantage of because of the digital divide. And just trying to call a company now and figure out all the buttons to push on the phone and listen to all of the directions can be extremely limiting for an elderly person. My mom was 90 when, well, actually, she was 85 when we started teaching her how to use the iPad and iPhones and things like that. And it took her a little bit, but she loved it. And it was really fun to see her have a sense of wonder again, and also to feel part of the bigger conversation and, have a sense of control over her life again. And, we have to remember that as technology broadens and as it becomes more involved in everything, we just have to make sure that there's, that we've invited everybody to the party. So that's it. I'm going to end on that, and I will say goodbye. I wish you all well. Remember that even though I'm not your professor anymore, if you need me, you can contact me. I'm happy to talk something through with you if you need help with anything. If you're interested in doing national board certification, I can help you with that. If you want to talk about curriculum with your classroom and how you might want to add tech, I'm happy to do that as well. And so just please know that I am here for you as you journey on. Take care. Bye-bye.